Hi, this is Rabbi Andy Koren, Temple Emmanuel in Greensboro, North Carolina. This is the 8th installment of this year's Pearls of Elul, and for this past 8 days, we've been examining examples of tshuva, of repentance or change or saying that we're sorry, learning from our mistakes from the Hebrew Bible. If I say the name Ahab, chances are maybe the first thing that you're going to think about is it will come from English literature, right? From the story of Moby Dick, Captain Ahab, who was chasing after that whale. And yet, when we're talking about biblical literature, one of the ancient kings of Israel was King Ahab. And this king does not have a good reputation, King Ahab. Rather, married to Jezebel as he was, and again, you want to talk about bad reputations, but they were, together as king and queen. But he, in particular, just made tremendous mistakes. In fact, one of the biggest the problems was in the area of idolatry. Now, those stories are all contained towards the end of the first book of Kings in the Hebrew Bible. And one of the things that we find in the story of King Ahab, he is actually held up as a model of tshuva, a model of change. I can't say the same for his wife Jezebel, but he in particular was. And so we can take a look at the 21st chapter of the book of Kings. It's right towards the end of the first section, the first book of Kings. And we can take a look there and we can see that at one moment, as Elijah the prophet, who in the Hebrew Bible is a prophet of fire and brimstone. I mean, you did not want to be on Elijah's bad side. But as Elijah is really calling heaven and earth against King Ahab, what does Ahab do? He acknowledges that he made a mistake, that he indeed was in error. He puts on sackcloth and ashes. Now, that's not something I think that we'd ask anyone to do these days, but he puts it on and he says, I made a mistake and I am sorry. And how often in these stories do we come upon that type of a way of responding to our sins, to our problems, to what we've done wrong? It's really just acknowledging it, but even going that next step, which is to say that we're sorry. Now, I may have asked you already over the course of these past days, have you been in a situation like that where you maybe because of family, maybe because of the circumstances, we've just been going in one direction the entire time, even though others have told us we're making big mistakes, even if they've tried to move heaven and earth against us, even if we're in positions of power, to take a step back, to go through the rituals like we do on Yom Kippur and throughout the time of the 10 days of awe, even throughout this month of Elul, to acknowledge what our faults were, and to say we're sorry. Take a look at the story. Let me know what you think. Let me know how it relates to your life. Next time you see me, we'll already be into our third week of Elul. We'll talk about other things, but it's been incredible to spend these 8 days just examining some of the examples of tshuva in the Hebrew Bible. Take care.